Y'all come quick in a hurry. Y'all come quick in a hurry. There's a feast in the temple tonight.
Hallelujah.
Celebration. Here, come on. There's a party going on here right now. A celebration will last throughout eternity. Bring your good times and your laughter too. We're going to celebrate Yahweh's holy day with you. Come on and celebrate Yah tonight.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. You can shout as loud as you want to, because there ain't no sin for people praising Yah. If you can't hang with your feelings, you better check yourself and get with Yah, because we're Yah's people night and day. Living Yah's way is the only way, because tonight we're going to leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy ourselves smooth.
Come on now.
That's the way that Yah wants to give it to you. Life ain't so bad at all. If you live your life off Yah's law, live your life off Yah's law, live it off Yah's law. Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. We are here at Yahshua Temple television, Speak television show. We are here on this great Layil to bring forth and enjoy this marvelous feast of tabernacle.
Hallelujah.
We have our beautiful tabernacle in place, and we have our beautiful congregation, and the congregation all around the earth to come hear the darbarines of our Yahweh. Yes, like I say, the title is the Feast of Tabernacle. Subtitle is Let's Live in Yah's House. Yah always, that's what tabernacle is. In Strong's Concordance, number 7931, tabernacles. Shakan, a prime rule. Through the idea of lodging, to reside or permanently stay, abide, continue, cause to, make to, dwell, dweller, have habitation, inhabit, lay, place, cause to, remain, rest, and set up. This is what Yah has set up this Feast of Tabernacle. It is for now and in eternity. He just wants you to know of it, because we are in the practice of it in our Kai on this era for the eternal Kai. Holla Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Let's go always scripture for our lesson, you know what I'm saying, what thus says Yahweh. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. And Leviticus chapter 23, and let's read verse 1 and 2.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 2, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feasts.
Okay, wow. And it reads, and Moshe among to the people. No, Yahweh. But that's what the everyone wants to believe. That was Moshe. But check it out. Set Yah's record straight. And Yahweh among to Moshe. Amar to the high band of Israel, and amar to them concerning the high magas of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be Kadesh convocated. Even these are Yahweh's magas. Praise the mighty Yah. So there it is, Eric. You know, stop listening to Adam and Kawah, you know, and some other popular religious people, you know, this is supposed to be just for them. No. It is for the whole era. It is written in the old Bereshith and Kadashbari. It's written. You know, the one the world know, you New Testament know as Jesus, Yahshua. He was in it. That was him back here. That was him in the so-called new. Well, you know, but nothing, as a wide mention on it, nothing new on the sun. They were just walking it out, but they were preferring back to the old. Yeah. Praises be to our Yahweh. Let's skip down Leviticus 30, down to verses 33. Leviticus 33 to 37, and it reads. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 33 to 37. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 33. Yes.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, 34. Speak unto the children of Yisrael, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Hallelujah. Yeah, it's just emphasizing, he's emphasizing to the whole era. Because Israel was supposed to learn this and teach all other go eat. But our ancestors failed miserably. But he's awakening the remnant up one by one, which we are his Kohanim now, and we are, you know, crying loud, sparing not. We letting the world know this era, know that these of y'all Mogad Yams, so they can know. Yes, we letting them know. The world know it's going around the era. Right. Praise the mighty God. Let's go to Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. Let's read verse 13. Hallelujah. Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Yes, this is us. Like Robert McCall say, put yourself in there. Right. These are that move in me now, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar. Like we can see, we have spiritual eyes. You know, them afar, and were persuaded of them. Yes, 100. That's what God 100 of them, and embraced them. We embraced them. Even from Genesis to Revelation, and confess. And we confess that we are strangers and pilgrims on this earth. We are. This is not our home. We're passing through this physical place where we live, but our home is the kingdom to come out. We citizens of the kingdom right now, y'all. Right. Now you better embrace it and be fully persuaded. If you're not, you won't be there. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4. Like you say, let's live in Yah's house. Whose house? Yah's house. That's what he wants us, meaning to live in his house. Come and sit at his feet here and do what he said. You're living in the house with the tabernacle here. It's a crib, Yah. That's what it is. It's a crib. That's what you think the garden was. It was a tabernacle. What you did, like he tells you how to make a physical tabernacle. Before the fallen man, they was in that tabernacle. It was so much brush you couldn't get in, and it was covered. It was a crib. God gave him a crib to live, and then he came down to live with him. Wanted to live with him. Now, that's what he always wanted. to be on and live in his crib. And him with us. But now it's back. Now his crib is the Gibeah till we get that glorified Gibeah, and he living in us with his power. So it grew up after that. Hallelujah. If you allow Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4, let's read verse 12.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
That's what he was saying to Cain, because he was out. They was out the garden, but he gonna ill some more, and then this Yah about his brother, and so he like, you ain't gonna even chill in this part of the tabernacle. I got you. I'm gonna put you out there, and you're gonna be marked. Praise the mighty Yah. Genesis 9 and Genesis 9, chapter 9, verse 27.
Genesis chapter 9 and verse 27. Elohim shall enlarge Yahceph, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Say what we emphasize, and y'all want you to get. He said, dwell. This is what tabernacles is about, dwelling. You know, it's about dwelling. And Elohim shall enlarge Yahceph, and he shall dwell in tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be that. This was Nebuah too, y'all. There's twofold here. This was the prophecy that that you see Esau has, and that Shem was going to eventually disobey Yah, and he would give him that the wealth of this Arab and Canaan, the Hamites, the other black people was going to be his heirs. It's all that today. Look over in that big continent, where all the wealth, they live over there, but who got it?
European.
Praise the mighty Yah. Genesis chapter 47. Genesis chapter 47. Genesis chapter 47. And let's read verse 6.
Genesis chapter 47 and verse 6. The land of Mizraim is before thee. In the best of the land make thy father and brethren to dwell. In the land of Goshen let them dwell. And if thou knowest any men of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle.
Praise the mighty Yah. Like I said, the emphasize is dwell. The land of Misery is before thee. And the best of the land. That's what Yah always wanted to have. The best. The best of the land make thy arbor, and they are to dwell. That's what Yah ain't nothing but the best when you dwell in Yah's house.
Yes.
That's it. He wants you to come into him, and he the shelter of his wing to dwell in his tabernacle, which our big brother Yahshua went up there and made. Like he said, there are many mansions. He's making that tabernacle to bring back down, so he could dwell on this era like it was supposed to be. Hallelujah. He wants you to know that he said, live in his house. And then you will finally, then the Abba will finally come live when his son kingdom now. He's gonna come check, see what he allowed his son to do. And he's gonna see us. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's all preparation, Eric. If you don't get this, you don't keep the weekly and the yearly Shabbat. How you gonna keep, be appointed to something in the kingdom? You're not, because you're not gonna be there.
Amen.
It's one or two places Eric, gonna be. You're gonna be in the milk of our big brother Yahshua, or you're gonna be in the lake of fire with your daddy, house of time, because you did not obey Abba Yahweh. If you ain't serving Yahweh, you're serving the devil. That's it. Our big brother Yahshua said it out of his own mouth. You are of your daddy, the devil. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
He said, his children obey him. You don't go to debate now, putting up thing about this book. What's written, he just said, you you embrace it.
Right.
You will have his Darbar reigns. Yeah, he looking for a fruit good like the United States of America, a marine. Y'all got Darbar reign. He looking for fruit good men, women, and children.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let's go back to Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 8. Y'all trying to get, y'all's a giver. We supposed to be the recipient. That's all he's trying to get something to you. Live a great life here and eternal. We don't have the words to describe. But he gives us spiritual eyes and ears to see what it could be. You know, to discern it. You know. And he can take you in the vision and let you see it.
Yes.
He does, he left you Darbar reigns. We visualize. We had the spiritual eye to see it. Leviticus chapter 23, let's read verses 42 and to 43. This is Shabbat. This is of Yahweh.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born and shall dwell in booths. Verse 43. That your generation may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Mizraim. I am Yahweh your Elohim.
Hallelujah. That's what we doing this right here now. We are under the booth. We here dwell in this booth from here 7 yards at Yahshua. He said, he said, you should, wait, we should have went up one now. Should have went up one. Well, that's okay. Well, this is up to 41. He said, you should shema a keg unto Yahweh 7 yards in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generation. You should celebrate it in the 7th month. You should dwell in booth 7 yards. All that are Ibryi born and should dwell in booth. That your generation, are we not in a generation?
Yes, we are.
He said, your generation made Yahweh that I made the high band of Israel to dwell in booth. When I brought them out of the land of Mizraim, I am Yahweh, your Elohim. Skip with all these fake, phony Elohim they got going on. They ain't known.
Yeah.
They were made of wood and stone crafted by man's hand.
That's right.
So they ain't known. That's just the devil.
Yeah.
That's the devil in your mind deceiving you. Praises be to our Yahweh.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 25. Leviticus chapter 25. And let's read verses 18 and 19. Yes, we already here at Yahshua's temple and many other temples around the earth that's following the protocols of Yahweh for generation. We are raising up leaders, warriors, and future leaders. Our young sister called Shanann did a lesson that was some of us peacemakers.
Yeah.
We did a lesson better than some of you ground, some of our ground folks. All praise to our Abba Yahweh. That's what we say. He said, let them know the generation to come. Why is these things? Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Leviticus chapter 25, and let's read 18 to 19.
Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 18. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety. Verse 19. And the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill and dwell therein in
Hallelujah.
safety.
Like I said, emphasis on dwell. He wants us to dwell well, and he wants to dwell with us. Yeah, get out. He said, wherefore you shall do my statutes, do my statutes, shema my mitzvah,
Do it.
and do them.
Yeah.
You shall dwell in the land in safety. 8 years, grow Israel in the land in safety, even in the land of your captivity. He didn't say back in our land that was given to our forefathers. You know our answer. He said in the land. He knew where he was going to see. And the land shall yield her fruit, and you shall eat your fill and dwell therein safely. Emphasize. We in here in our land of captivity, that fruit, our fruit, our provision has we had eaten without fear. Y'all had provided. You know, he provided all our needs. And we are dwelling in safety. All this madness is going around the world. We are dwelling in safety. That's why we in Yah's house.
Yes, Yahweh's house.
Numbers chapter 29. Numbers chapter 29. Numbers chapter 29. We are under Yah's shadow wing. We dwelling under his wing, dwelling. So we are protected. Like people can say, like as men and Sister Yahshua was, and the children was on our way here. And they was, you know, it was a lady just came up to the car. She had to go get a pan for this marvelous keg feast night. And the ladies walk up, y'all be careful out here, this and that. You know, I'm just saying, okay, just, you know, but in my mind, I'm like, lady, I'm a child of God. Like, ooh, then the ruler said, yeah, you're right, you're the child of God, the devil of this world. Yeah, you his child. You ain't Yahweh's child, because Yah said, fear not. Though you walk through the valley of Chevanston. Sorry. Yeah, I shall be brother. There's a Malachi standing to protect you all around. Like I had told the sister riding us to work this morning. I said, we got power. I said, besides, I ain't got to do nothing. They be woofing that Malachi right there, like it's written. If it's like there, we don't bruise that power we got. But that Malachi is there to protect us. If it comes to it, he stop it. Or he will kill him. Read your Bible. As we just say, yeah, the Bible is right. And I know somebody's wrong. Man is wrong. Y'all is always right. Read your Bible.
Come on now, read your Bible.
Numbers 29, and we fear not.
Yeah.
I just let them because I know they don't know no better. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, but there's hope.
Yes.
But I'm going to refuse the truth. That's something else. As I wrote on Facebook. In my last end in the Ruach said, you know, it was about death. You go when you die, you go to the ground, and when you're there, you know it's nothing no more. Amen. So when they go into the grave talking, they ain't talking to some dirt down there, some skeletons by now. You know, they asleep. Like when you be resting, sleeping, that's what they doing. They wait in that trunk. They don't hear nothing you say. No. And then the last thing, the Arab know is the majority of the world calls it Roman Christian, know the name Jesus, Yahshua, because as we know, his name can't be Jesus, because it wasn't a J when this book was written. And besides, you can't nobody change your name your mama gave you, no matter where you go. Your name stays the same, you know, because there's power in the name. And he said out his own mouth, no one has been up to heaven. Come on now. Came down from heaven or went back to heaven. But me. But y'all want to keep putting me down. And at the end of that, y'all, the Ruach say, when judgment comes, there is no excuse. You've been born. Hallelujah.
Praise Yahweh. You've been born.
Numbers chapter 29.
Yes.
12. And then since this ain't the season, like I was telling this lady, you know, she drives to pick up the Sunday believers. I was telling her, yeah, like my Rob Mackay and Rob Shalom has taught us, right after Yahweh's Kadesh, Holy Yom, here come Hasatan. As our sister, the Rock, Zahara the Rock would say, here come Yah's high lot days. He come with all his lies of it. And when his highlight days, you know, Yah bless his holy days coming in. Like I was telling her, you know, like truth be told to you. And I was telling, as I wrote on Facebook with it again, y'all had quick for me to write on. Y'all call y'all, I say y'all call yourself believers, but y'all teaching y'all children a lie about Christ's Mass. Y'all telling the big fat white man came down the chimney, gave them these toys. I said, y'all teach them how to lie, because y'all know where y'all bought those toys. It goes generation to generation. And I said, and then the Ruach let me praying and said, y'all know ain't no lies going to be in the kingdom. You've been warned. Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
29, chapter 29, 12 to 13.
Numbers chapter 29 and verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. Verse 13. And ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish.
Praise the mighty God. Like say, this is done away with. And like say, Ron McCarry say, put yourself in this. You shall offer yourself as a sacrifice, given to Yah by sweet the barn, save unto Yahweh. And you shall be without blemish. He say, find yourself spotless and without blame. That's what we are. We are a living sacrifice. We are offering up the praises of our Yahweh because we was ratchet, filthy, rag. Cleaned us up. So we come to holler. Let the Arabs know what we represent. Represent Yisrael. Your crown of glory on this Arab night is your migbah and your tzitzit. That's what the power source, and it is to remind you where he brought you from. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Yahweh trying to get something, trying to dwell with you, and you keep dwelling in his crib. Only way you're gonna do that is by hearing the word, and hearing it, keep hearing it, putting it into practice, and living it. No matter what others may say. Like we have a song, I'm going through, no matter what others may do. The world behind me, Mount Zion and through. Praise ye Yahweh, I'm going through. That's it. The world behind Mount Zion and through. To be in the kingdom. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Deuteronomy chapter 16. 13 to 17 and it reads.
Deuteronomy 16, verse 13. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. Verse 14. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are within thy gates.
Hallelujah. Wait a minute, bro Israel. I think y'all missed something in this reading. It's back in Deuteronomy. Check this out. And thou shalt shemak in thy keg, thou, thy band, thy bear, thy man Adon have it, and thy maid have it, and Levi. Here it is. The stranger. The stranger, novelist, and the widow that are within thy gates. So, question. He's coming back just for Israel? Israel just going to be in the kingdom? I don't think so. Throughout the book he tells you the same. In Revelation, he said every different goes of many different tongues.
Yeah.
So you speak many different tongues, Israel?
That's right.
Hallelujah, Yahweh, Revelation 9. A nugget.
Okay.
A ruach nugget.
I'm going.
Hallelujah, Yahweh. Very good. Continue.
Verse 15. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which Yahweh shall choose. Because Yahweh thy Elohim shall bless thee in all thy increase, and in all the works of thy hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice. Verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which he shall choose. In the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles. And they shall not appear before Yahweh empty.
Praise the mighty God, like I said, 3 times a year the males appear. He just telling them three feast days. But you were similar to all of them.
That's right.
He just telling us this is a specification for the males. These 3 feast Megad days. Continue.
Verse 17. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim which he hath given thee.
Praise the mighty God. And this is that Rob Mackay would emphasize on and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every Adam shall give as he is able, according to the high barakat of Yahweh, that element which Yahweh has given thee. See, even the Roman Christian got hip to Yah's feast day. They say, when is of Shemayim, that's over. If you send $5,000 in this period of time, Yah gonna give you 50,000 back. Lie, like our Rob, because they learn to fleece you. They say, talk about the old, ain't this done away with, this, you know, but they not, like say, not to go back to the old when they want to fleece you.
Yeah.
No, Yahweh command and promises this.
Right.
Seek ye first my kingdom, and all will be added to you.
Amen.
He didn't say, get this golden key, unlock your future, get this hanky. None of that. Of the death. Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Let's go to Psalms chapter 23. Psalms chapter 23. Like I tell people, the book of Psalms is Yah's love story to mankind. The whole book is. But this is where he really showing his love from.
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 23. The whole book is a love story to mankind. The half wants to give it. But this is where he's done out his intimate love towards us. Psalms chapter 23. Psalms chapter 23. And let's read verse 6.
Psalms chapter 23 and verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever.
That's all he wants. It's forever, now and forever. Like y'all, heard the record. He would always and forever. Yeah, each moment with Yah is just like a dream to me that somehow came true. That's it. Praise the mighty Yah. He said, surely Tob and Hasi. Oh, did I get that right? This is the old New Testament, but he would say that wasn't, no grace and mercy. I thought I just read that. Surely Tob and Hasi shall follow me all the yawns of my child. I will dwell in the high of Yahweh forever. Now and forever. Praise it be to our Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Psalms chapter 72. Psalms chapter 72. As long as you abide in Yahweh, abide. Yeah. Stay within Yah's crib. Don't go out. Don't go out down the streets trying to, go a horn after anything that your heart lusted for. Stay in his crib, you be alright. Psalm 72, let's read verse 9.
Psalms chapter 72 and verse 9. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust.
Some pro-Israel said they ain't bowing. Well, thus says my daddy. He said, they that dwell in the wilderness of your mind, the wilderness of the world, shall bow before him. Yeah, at judgment day. You shall bow, and then you shall bow.
That's right.
And his enemies shall lick the dust. Woo! I'm bowing now.
Hallelujah, yes.
Me too.
I don't want to be down out of the dirt like that serpent, your daddy, the devil. I ain't licking no dust. Praise the mighty God. Not that my daddy showing me his half, I'm giving it back to him.
Right.
Whatever he asked me to do, what you want me to do, daddy?
Right.
It's the what next with Yah. It's the what next. Not stuck in no comfort zone. What's next? That's you got to live the life. The what next? Because life throws you the what next. You should be willing to say, what next, daddy? Because daddy going to protect you when life throws you them what next. He's going to bring you through it. It's a promise. But those who are obedient to him is zakah. Psalm 78. Psalm 78. And God trying to give something to you people. The area trying to get something to you. Because that new Kadosh Baruch, the New Testament is final. You ain't on par with that. He said you're going to be cast out in outer darkness. Outer darkness. Lake of fire. Psalm 78. Psalm 78. Trying to get it to you while you got Cain, you'll give you out. He still got his nephesh in your nephesh. Psalm 78. Let's read verse 55.
Psalms chapter 78 and verse 55. He cast out the heathen also before them, and divided them an inheritance by line, and made the tribes of Israel to dwell in their tents.
That's right. That's right. And the remnant that's obedient is going to go back, dwell at that mountain. We're going to be in our tabernacles forever. Praise the mighty Yah. Psalms chapter 27. Psalms chapter 27. Psalm 27. Let's let God's love and just meditate and speak to the right other audience that needs to be said. Hallelujah. Psalm chapter 27, verse 4.
Psalms chapter 27, verse 4. One thing have I desired of Yahweh, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yahweh all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahweh, and to inquire in his temple.
His tabernacle, his crib. That's what he wants you to buy in his crib, y'all. It's not so hard that. He just makes it plain and simple.
Yes.
But man, just so knuckleheaded. Just refuse to obey. Like some of these popular pastors, Roman Christian doctrine pastors, they couldn't keep it. You call it the one y'all know, Jesus, Yahshua, liar, right? You know he came in the flesh. He sinned not.
Yeah.
He couldn't read what is written. And y'all, that's how I know y'all don't read. What is written? Nothing was wrong with the Torah. It found fault in the people. Why? They refused to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeshua came down and showed that it could be done. And yes, some of you Roman Christian doctors, pastor, you break one law, you break one law, yeah! It is written. You break one, you have broken them all. They all carry the same weight. Okay? Praise the mighty Yah. Psalms 37. Psalms chapter 37. Let's read verse 3.
Psalms chapter 37 and verse 3. Trust in Yahweh and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Yes.
Amen.
Attach in Yahweh. Do so, so that thou dwell in the land, and amen.
Amen.
Thou shalt be fed. Like our big brother Malak Dari said, I was once young, and now I have aged. I have never saw a Saka, Banner, Abba Yahweh begging for
Always takes care of us.
Hallelujah. Let's go to Psalms chapter 4. Psalms chapter 4. Psalms chapter 4. Psalms chapter 4. Let's read verse 8.
Psalms chapter 4 and verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety.
That's what this keg of tabernacles. It's the dwelling place, a resting place. That's what it's all about. Abba Yahweh, I will both lay me down in shalom and rest, for thou, Yahweh, only make me dwell in safety. It's a promise. Come to him. Psalm chapter 5. Psalm chapter 5, and let's read verse 4.
Psalms chapter 5 and verse 4. For thou art not of Elohim that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee.
So Arif, check this out. So you think you can go kick it with that fool to death, and then think you can come hang out with Abba Yahweh?
No.
You're sadly mistaken.
No.
He said, but thou art not Elohim that have pleasure in Ra, neither shall Ra dwell with thee. It's known in him. You know, And then, hey, but he's big. He accepted the responsibility of making that angel that chose to be corrupted. That's what we are supposed to do. Don't look for no excuse and make no excuse. Own up to your thing and ask y'all for forgiveness.
Hallelujah.
And keep it
That's
moving forward.
Yeah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Let's go to Psalms. Psalms chapter 15. Psalms chapter 15 and verse 1.
Psalms chapter 15 and verse 1. Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill?
Huh? The top man. That's who's going to have that. He asked him an honest question. He asked Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy Kadesh hill? Those who sleep. That's it. He said, because he said, no lying, no murder, this, and this. You know, you ain't going to be no king. It's time to get it out you now. Because you ain't going to be in there. Ain't no, and pro-Israel, yeah, they going to be our enemies, our servants. We're not going to dog them out. They just going to be like it was set up. Hearing and learning from them. That's it. And they ministering us, man, and being whatever's needed to be done. Ministering means all types of things. Don't get stuck on the one English definition. Get your concordance and see what thus says Yahweh. Got many names from one word. Let's go to Psalm chapter 24. Psalm chapter 24. Psalm chapter 24. Let's read verse 1.
Psalms chapter 24 and verse 1. The earth is Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein.
Huh? The earth. This is the earth we are now. It's Yahweh. And the fullness there, the world, the universe where these scientists finally figuring out, wow, we thought we can get to this galaxy. There's another something. God say, hey, fool. He said, his foolishness confused the fools. And they that dwell therein. He owns everything, us, everything.
Yes, he does.
Praise be to the mighty Yah. Psalm chapter 25 and verse 13.
Psalms chapter 25 and verse 13. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth.
Yes. Yes, our nephews shall dwell at ease, and our seed shall inherit the earth. Yes. It's a promise. Hallelujah, Yahweh. That Israel is our seed to come after us. We up that. We are the seed of Abraham.
Yes.
And those, as we mentioned Daniel, and those that are willing, all go in. He said, you're going to pick from every go in, every nation. Yes. And like our brother, Messenger Daniel, Messenger Lafayette Wright, he's, yeah, you know, as Messenger Daniel Davis had, y'all gave me the name of their temple, the God of Jesus Christ. But they Hebrew, y'all. And they follow from Genesis and Revelation. You know? The name thing, that's something between them and Yah. We supposed to lift each other up. When they doing the work of Yah, it's all good. That's when my brother that's left his elder had went to sleep for the rest for the resurrection. So he's in there. He's keeping it real. Yah 100. From Genesis to Revelation. That's all. We supposed to edify each other. I try to tell each other down with the different names and all that. As my big brother Yahshua said, you up your down to the devil. Because he ain't got nothing good to say. Y'all about good. Speaking goodness to the brothers and sisters. We doing better. Or you may not be there yet, but you're going to get there. We all doing good. That's what you're supposed to be saying, doing good. You don't agree with the devil. You don't be the accuser like your daddy. All right, I'm sorry, can't help it. Because the flesh and the devil is buddy, your flesh. Our worst enemy before the devil is ourselves. He can't touch it. Can't touch y'all. He can't touch y'all.
He
can't touch y'all. Can't touch y'all. You're a child of Yahweh. Can't touch you. Praise the mighty Yah. Psalms That's say Psalms chapter 30. That's Psalms chapter 37, 27. Psalms chapter 37, 27. And it reads.
Psalms chapter 37, verse 27. Depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore.
Huh? He's telling you. Depart from wrong and do told and dwell forevermore. What's so hard? It's so plain. Y'all say keep it plain and simple. That's what this book is, plain and simple. He wants you to get it.
Yeah.
Skip down to verse 29.
Verse 29. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever.
Huh? Hey, you Roman Christian believers, he said dwell the land. He didn't say go dwell in Shabbat. Go up. He said the land.
Yeah.
He said the house of Dick shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever.
Yeah.
He didn't say you're going up to the kingdom and dwell up in his blessed, the blessed of the blessed crib. He said, no, I'm gonna bring one down here for you. Because this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be down to whip you up.
Wow.
But coward all down, disobeyed.
Oh,
That's
wow.
David.
And some people say it wasn't no law. That was a law. If it wasn't no law, they knew. He told it wasn't written then. But he Shabbat, he told them that's the law, that's the Torah.
Yeah.
And as our Ram McCarthy says, to you throw Israel, y'all think the Torah is the whole book. Yahshua's not coming whole volume of the book. I ain't coming half, whole.
Yeah.
He is the Torah. Psalms chapter 65. Psalms chapter 65. Just cry loud, stand down, blow the shofar. All these Megad, Yams, Feast Yams, it means something. Preparing. Preparing. You blow the physical shofar, that's the sound alarm to get ring attention and all that. And then there's the physical shofar, your mouth. Sounding loud and clear so they can get it. As Rob McCall, so they can make a righteous, conscious decision once they heard the truth. Hallelujah. Psalms chapter 65, verse 4, and it reads.
Psalms chapter 65 and verse 4. Blessed is the man in whom thou choosest and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple.
Yeah, check it out. That's it. That's all he wants. Is this. And then, like you say, he says, Barak is the Adam whom thou choosest, and causes to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy court. You know, in our courts, when we were young, in our courts, in our presence, the courts are our Yahweh, because where we stand, we are ambassador representative of Yah. So he in Yah's courts. We shall be satisfied, with the barns of that good spiritual food, with the toe of thy bias, even of thy Kadesh temple. His tabernacle. That's the Kadesh of the temple. His tabernacle. Praise our Yahweh. Let's go to skip down to verse 8.
Verse 8. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid at thy tokens. Thou makest the outgoings of the morning and evening to rejoice.
Hallelujah. That's what he wants. He just wants you to come dwell in his crib. You know. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid at thy tokens. Thou makest the goings of the morning and evening to Shabbat. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Let's go to Psalm chapter 68. And let's read verse 6.
Psalms chapter 68 and verse 6. 6, right?
Yeah, I think it is. 68 and 6.
Elohim set it the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains.
Mm.
But the rebellious dwell in a dry land.
See, he wants to bring you out of the wilderness. But the rebellious, they dwell in the wilderness still. The wilderness of their mind, the wilderness of this world. That's the two wilderness you got to overcome. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Skip down to chapter 6, verse 16.
Verse 16. Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill which Elohim desired to dwell in. Yea, Yahweh will dwell in it forever.
Hey, he just letting you know. He's bringing this tabernacle down.
Yep.
He comes, you know, he said, dwell in his crib. Skip down to verse 18.
Verse 18. Thou hast ascended on high. Thou hast led captivity captive. Thou hast received gifts from men. Yea, for the rebellious also, that Yahweh Elohim might dwell among them.
That's right. See, this is all he's trying to do is get something to you, let you know. He wants to have his tabernacle. He ain't no have, he's gonna have his tabernacle like it was. So
Hallelujah.
where you get with Yah's plan or man's plan, that's on you.
Yeah.
He is gonna have it, people. This is Nebuah. We are Nebuah to prophecy to you. It is written. We just repeat what was written. For thus says Yahweh. We doing the will of our hour like our big brother Yahshua came to do.
Yeah.
This is final. We the last there. He had left us as the ambassador representative of him.
Right.
He says to do this error until he comes back. And that's what we're doing. It's called saving souls, y'all.
That's right.
That's the only thing it's about.
That's
trying
right.
to get this goodness in this life and to get you eternal God. Y'all pronounce the first Margaret on it, but the second Margaret, you don't have to die. You choose God, Margaret. He said choose you this y'all. It's up to you. You got free will. You ain't make no robots and no clones to obey them. Praise the mighty God. Let's go to Psalm 69. Psalm chapter 69, and let's read verse 25.
Psalms chapter 69, verse 25. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents.
Yes. Let their habitation be Shimon, and let none dwell in tents. He letting it be desolate till we come back. Them over there talking about they in the land of Israel. He say Samaria. He saying Revelation. I know those who are that's of the synagogue that say they are you, but they are not. So it's desolate. That's why ain't no peace, ain't no shalom. Skip down to verse 35.
Verse 35. For Elohim will save Zion, and will build the cities of Yehudah, that they may dwell there and have it in possession.
Yeah, he done already built. He went up to Shemaiah. He just waiting on his daddy appointed time to take it back down. Come cleanse the earth for the last time with that fiery down. Cleanse it up for the final time. Don't be afraid, Eric, of no threats of nuclear hit. This president, the leader of this country doing that. Before I knew y'all, the Ruach was talking to me. He ain't finna let man tap this world. It's Eric. He gonna cleanse it up for the good. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Fire can cleanse you. Fire can kill you. You choose which one cleansing you, which one you want. Let's go to Psalm chapter 72. Psalm chapter 72, and let's read verse 9.
Psalms chapter 72.
No. We read that one already. Let's go to Psalms 84. Psalms 84 and verse 4. Psalms 84 and verse 4. And it reads,
Psalms chapter 84 and 4. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. they will be still praising thee. Say that.
But right now they that dwell in that body, they will be still holler thee. Say that. That's what we is. Here we go, like you say, it's the Feast of Tabernacles. Let's live in Yah's crib, in his house. That's all he asks. Come on. He's there. He got the door wide open for you. But you got to receive and accept it. You got to come on in. Skip down to verse 10.
Verse 10. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my Elohim than to dwell in the tents of wickedness.
For sure.
Thank you.
For
Father.
sure, you got the best. I'd rather be, like I say, he rather be a doorkeeper.
He said doorkeeper.
You know, he know he blessed just being right there in the presence. That's what y'all wants to be, his presence unto us. It's an honor to be in y'all's presence. And his presence, it's his kabod back on our big brother Yahshua took from the devil and put it on. So his presence, light is always there, shining on it. Holla Yahweh. Let's go to Psalms 85 and let's read verse 9.
Psalms chapter 85 and verse 9. Surely his salvation is nigh them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land.
Hallelujah. Surely his Yahshua is name to them that respect him. He don't want us to fear him. Because that's like your physical dad. You fear him, you didn't come to him. Like if you fear to this, that, you know, that they wrote that in, you know. But he wants you to respect him and have reverential respect for him. Because if you fear him, you ain't going to come to him. Him that kabod may dwell in our land. Praise be to our Yahweh.